Today was the 28th of January 2024, almost at 2023, and I think, oh fuck, the video yesterday cut out pretty early because of memory, but I think I was saying that I don't enjoy the pessimistic conversations with my nan, although I do think they're important. I just don't find them enjoyable. So I had a few conversations with her, left her house, and then I think I just came back and finished off my video to explain to the people on Fiverr. Unfortunately, I also left with some doubts on the business model. That's really it summarised. And today, so I'm going to talk about today now, obviously. First of all, let's find out what I want to do in Minecraft right after I farm these fuckers. So today was a Sunday, and pretty relaxed. Can't say I didn't enjoy it, but then again, I mean, hold on, I'll get into it. Why can't I feed all these fuckers? Okay, so we've got the chest room going. I'm probably going to demolish this. I'm going to move everything around. This is obviously temporary. I've now come to the realisation that I will need to build an automatic sugarcane farm, because I played around a little bit in creative mode with this Chisel and Bits mod, and for some reason I just couldn't figure this fucking thing out. So I'm just going to need shitloads of paper, and so I can copy all the builds. So this is only a one-time use, so I can literally build with this and then it goes. Unfortunately. Oh, I don't have the bag. That makes sense. I was also having some problems with this, with the 2 half blocks yesterday. I don't know why I had a problem with that. I did it in creative with no issue at all. But then when I went back into survival, it says I didn't have enough ingredients, which is I don't really know. You know, it doesn't matter that much. It's quite fun when mods don't work. There's not many people you can turn to for help. I'm wearing the headset a little bit differently today, so I hope I don't sound too bad. So anyway, so let's just, I guess I'll go mining and carry on just trying to progress in the Minecraft way, so I can actually build all this shit later. I think I went too far into the building too early. Should have just built a shit base and got rich and then built. That's what I usually do. But anyway, so today is Sunday, and my friends, I have this weird little group of friends. I'm not weird. I mean, I suppose they are weird. But it's the 2 guys I used to go to school with, and for a long time after I left school, I didn't actually talk to anyone from school. I just wasn't really interested in. I already had a new group of friends at the gym, so I just thought best of health to everyone. But I'm just not really interested in. I don't really want to spend the time to maintain relationships. There's no need, basically. That changed very recently when one of my friends got into touch with me over text, and I quite liked him at school, so I said, yeah, let's meet up. That'll be good. I'd like to meet up. And we've been meeting up semi-regularly since, me, him, and this other guy, and yeah, have very interesting conversations. And what I enjoy so much about talking to those guys is, fucking hell, I don't even know my own chests. A realisation that I made a long time ago, a few years ago now, which is a very depressing realisation, but it's important I had it, is that nobody actually really listens to you. Or not nobody, but basically 90% of the people you talk to don't actually listen to you. And that really hurt when I realised that. I mean, I remember I first suspected this when I was speaking to my girlfriend at the time. I think I was opening up about something quite personal. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember it being important. And she interrupted me to tell me about her toenails, literally. That she got them polished or something, and she interrupted me talking about something personal to talk about fucking toenails. And I was absolutely gobsmacked. And as a little test, on other days with her and other people in general, I would be talking about something, and then I would just stop in the middle of a sentence to see if they would actually realise that I've stopped. And depressingly, I report to you that majority of the time nobody even noticed that I stopped in the middle of a sentence, which is, it's just fucking brutal when you realise that most of the people you talk to aren't even listening to you. It is pretty horrible. Shit, I need to go way deeper. Fucking hell. I need ladders. Fuck! Damn, I can't really comprehend how deep the game is now. Fucking hell. Caves and cliffs, pretty dope. Fuck off, man. I need to build a tunnel around this. No! Oh my god. Are you serious? What a prick. That has never happened to me in my 12 years of Minecraft before. Creeper blowing up diamonds. Oh, for fuck's sake. He blew up the ladders, I don't even have enough to get up here, man. Lucky I'm a fucking genius. What a prick. Anyway. Yeah, so making that realization was very, very sad, and for a long time, I didn't really enjoy social interactions. When I made that realization, it was fucking depressing, really. I've never really been depressed or anything, just to make clear, but it was a depressing realization. But what I enjoy so much about interacting with these friends, I went on a little bit of a tangent there. What I enjoy so much about interacting with these friends is well, it's clear that they're listening to you, because they will take your points away, and they might contest them, or they might follow-up questions, or if they absolutely have to say something whilst you're speaking, they will apologise for interrupting you, and then they will ask you to resume after they put their word out. And I think that is just so rare now. It's so rare, and you know, it's just so refreshing to have those kind of conversations. So today, I mean, I went out of my way to go out with them when I had a fucking... Oh, I didn't realise... Oh, shit. I couldn't find this in the creative menu. My stone shit. I couldn't find that in the creative menu. Oh, man. Do I really need to make endless paper for this? It can't be the way. So yeah, that's why I do thoroughly enjoy meeting up with these people, and why I took myself out of the house very early this morning to see them, even though I have a fucking bandage on my head. And yeah, I wouldn't do that for many people, but I really like these guys' company, so I did it. And don't know why I'm so lazy. Yeah, so actually one good thing about today is for some reason they wanted to meet up at like fucking 8 o'clock, which is I said I'm not doing that. So I woke up around 8 and met them around 9, and yeah, it was nice to meet them. We had... Oh shit. We basically just walked around and spoke a lot about today. The topics really do vary, and today it seemed to linger around lifestyle and diet, and I'm probably the healthiest there. But I would say that I'm quite lucky, and maybe I'd be unpleasantly surprised if I was to look at my organs. I'd probably have a lot of fat around my organs. I've got quite a lean build, but I do eat quite a lot of fatty foods and sugary foods, and I've said this before, I'm very overwhelmed with the amount of quote-unquote studies there are, and people, there's so much information / misinformation out there that it's like, what do you follow? You know, if you want to find a study, quote-unquote study, that one of your favourite foods is good for you, then you can probably find that study. And then you can also find a study, which may or may not be right, saying the food's bad for you. And it's just, there's so much information out there, and it gets very technical, that people like myself can't distinguish between the two. It's like, oh, this is bad because this affects this chemical in your micro gut biome. Like, I don't fucking know what that is, man. So, I don't know, maybe I'm going to make a new rule that I literally, you know, everyone's body's different. I'm going to test what works for me, and hopefully I don't die 20 years early. Because you might feel good, but then you might just suddenly get cancer or something, because something in your stomach's just been terrible. But you know, I can't be bothered to keep stressing over all these fucking studies that are like, that aren't, I don't know, there's just so many studies, there's so much information, it's like a information overload, and it's not like the information is guaranteed to be correct. If the information was guaranteed to be correct, then we wouldn't have a problem. But health officials have been wrong before. And yeah, so that was kind of the topic of the conversation. And we randomly found on our walks, we just walk, it's pretty bizarre, we just walk, but I actually really enjoy it. Wait, I think this is level, I'm too low. I actually really enjoy the walks. And so that's 54, 53 maybe. Let's do 53. And oh yeah, I really do quite enjoy the walks. And yeah, we found something really cool in this weird, like, there was these boots in a bin bag, a black bin bag, and inside the bin bag I opened it with my feet because I was very curious. There was DVDs, there was fucking Avatar on Blu-ray, there was fucking Batman, a Christian Bale Batman, and there was an In-Betweeners movie, and the fucking discs were all inside. One of my mates fucking opened it, and all the discs were inside. I was like, what the fuck happened here? There was boots and smart trousers and a vest and DVDs. I was like, what the fuck? I don't want my fingerprints on that. I don't know what happened here. But yeah, that was quite funny. Couldn't believe that we found that. And yeah, quite a nice walk. One of my friends is becoming like progressively more and more religious in Islam. And every time I meet him, it's like there's a new thing he can't do. Like if he's busting, because we were walking in the fields and he says, I can't wee in the fields. I'm like, alright man, you know, I'm not going to challenge you, you know. But then he starts like dancing because he needs a piss so bad. But he says, I need something to wash my penis if I go to the toilet. I'm like, okay mate. And then, he used to be very entrepreneurial, but he says that all the entrepreneurial endeavours that he was doing don't align with his new mission in faith. So I was like, oh wow, that's I tremendously respect that, because he showed me the evidence of how successful it was actually becoming, and he chose to stop it because of his new beliefs. Or his family has always been Islamic, but he had like a health scare and he went deep into it, like a lot of people I suppose. But yeah, always it's great to see them. The other guy is more similar to me, but he's a bit of a bookworm, so that's not similar to me. But he's more relatable to me at least. And he's a bit of a bookworm, and he can recite a lot of interesting facts and on the spot, and told me some pretty interesting stuff, which I mean, I'd say I'd research, but what did I just say about fucking information overload, you know? So I guess I'll just try it out for myself. He recommended coconut oil as I don't know, not as a substitute or like a pre-workout or anything, but he just says it can be good for even washing and cooking. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, so after our walk, we split up at around 12. We were just all going from shop to shop, looking at ingredients, chatting shit. It was funny. And I'm in there with my fucking bandage on my head. Everyone's looking at me. And got home and had some pancakes, which were actually really good, because I didn't eat breakfast straight away. I came upstairs and I had a mission to do some work, and I'd realised that I'd kind of made this realisation before. I suppose I'm doing it again. You know, I kind of do that a lot. I make the same realisations, I make the same mistakes more than once, which is one of my biggest flaws, apart from my punctuality. And oh wow, look at that. Wait until I get my looting, guys. Fucking hell, this level really is the best, eh? Shit. So my problem with my current strategy is that I'm looking for land. I have around £10,000 to buy plots of land like this, which is great. But I have seen on more than one occasion, people with this land that they try to sell and it doesn't sell, or it sells for a lower price than they bought it for. But that's okay, because those traders have got 10 other plots of land on the same auction, and it's a gross profit at the end of the day. But I only have one plot of land, so I have to profit on it, and it might not sell. So there's a huge risk I'm taking here, and I'm kind of just hoping. But instead, you know, I mean, say if I bought something for maybe 5 grand and it sold for 11, you know, I make 6 grand, that's great. But what I almost actually did once was referred a much more expensive, because I couldn't buy it myself, so I referred it. And upon that, I agreed at a very small percentage. But since it was such a high value plot of land, I stood to make about £20,000 if the property sold at that price, and it would have gone for higher because it's a fucking auction. Well, I say would have. If people were to bet on it, obviously it would have gone up. Unfortunately, after all the contracts were signed between myself and the auction house, the buyer decided that he no longer wanted to sell. That was devastating. But in the process, I proved that it works. But then originally I decided I was going to pull out from doing referrals in the future. But now I'm thinking of doing exclusively referrals because it's far less risk for me and I can stand to make way more. But the problem is, it's just a bit of a weird model because I'm kind of going up to people saying, I'm interested to buy, and then I have to disappoint them by saying, actually, our funds are tied up. If you're interested in selling, I can refer you to an auction house. So that worked once, but will it work again? I don't know. Is that coal? No. Yeah. So, and as far as the Fiverr goes, I didn't talk to anybody today on Fiverr. You know, they're just fucking really. I mean, as I said, I can't really blame them too much. You know, I'm pretty sure their land works completely differently over there, so it's hard to relate, or they have nothing familiar to base off of. Is this a geode? No way. But yeah, so after a little bit of that, I was trying to brainstorm, thinking about what can I do, because I'm trying to. It's just like a never-ending sort of. I'm stuck. Like I want to do something, I want to build something, but I don't know what. There's so much saturation and competition in so much. Everyone's saying drop shipping, Amazon FBA, but then some people are saying you can start it for nothing, and then some people are saying I lost 20 grand doing this. I don't, you know, I don't know. I suppose the most simple answer is learn a skill that's useful to people that can solve problems, and then make yourself widely known and solve people's problems. I guess that is really as simple as it gets. You don't have to come up with some interesting, like, oh, I make jumpers out of old tyres, fucking brand. You know, some people can do that or whatever. But you know, I guess the simplest way is to fucking get really good at a skill and then sell your services. Then the question is what skill, you know? And I guess that's what I get to pick and try and pick what I enjoy most. It might be video editing, but when I've done video editing myself, I do just get quite frustrated with, I mean, I have my limits, and then when I try to push the limits, all the tutorials on YouTube are made a year ago, and since then the software developers have changed the entire fucking layout of the software, and I can't follow the video, and I get really wound up. So I don't know. I've tried coding too, but I don't really think I'm talented at that. I can't force myself to enjoy learning it. And I'm also a few years behind. Most coders start when they're like 9. But yeah. So yeah, it's been it's been one of those doomy, gloomy days when I'm stuck, and I don't feel very optimistic. But I know I need to. I know hope is important, but sometimes, maybe it was after my conversation with my nan yesterday. If I was to buy one of these plots of land, it could fail so badly, I'll be back to square one, and all this money that I've saved up will be for nothing. And it's a risk, and I say take risks, but is this risk necessary? You know, I don't think the risk stands to make enough for it to be necessary. I might make maybe 5 grand. I might make maybe 50% back of what I'm risking. It's not really worth the risk. But yeah, shit. You know, I really don't know. So I'm more now just thinking around what skill do I learn? What skill do I learn to sell my services? And I guess, I mean, I'm still looking at the PT stuff, obviously. The lady's been better at replying. Now I just have to sort a date out to go and record myself and a friend in the gym and do a workout with them, which is fucking, it's just so inconvenient. But if that's what they need me to do, I'll do it. And yeah. After just sitting around trying to brainstorm, quote unquote brainstorm, I had some food. I also went for a run. Because yeah, I should mention as well, I was sitting in my room, and the bandage was really pissing me off, and I thought to myself, I've got a hospital. They told me to go to, it's not an appointment, but they told me to go to the hospital tomorrow. When they last saw me on Friday, they said come Monday. And I looked at myself, I said, okay, look, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow. They're going to remove the bandage, and they're going to look to see if it's swollen or not. Can I do those things? The answer is yes. I can remove the bandage, and I can see if it's swollen. So why am I going to wait for a fucking medical professional to do that? If it's not swollen, I'm not even going to go in. And if it's swollen, then I'll go in. But I could save everybody loads of time. So I stood in front of the mirror, I got some scissors, I cut this thing off, and it felt amazing, let me tell you. It felt fucking amazing to take this thing off. And unfortunately, I need to build some shields around this motherfucker. Unfortunately, I was faced with the reality that is my deformed ear. Like, the hospital have made it so much worse. It is unbelievable. Going to the hospital was a huge mistake in this scenario. They have made it so much worse. It's almost funny. But it, I was actually quite upset when I looked at it, because I was like, I can't believe this. I went to the hospital to get better, and they've made it 10 times worse. And I was just fucking, quite upset. And when I spoke to my nan on the phone, I had this conversation more than once with my nan, my other nan, and my dad, and it got really annoying. By the third time I'd had the conversation, I said, I've taken the bandage off and it's really bad. And they always replied with, oh, don't worry, the swelling will go down. No, it won't. If the swelling went down on its own, why the fuck would I bother going to the hospital? Hey? The whole thing with the ear is that the swelling doesn't go down in the ear like it goes anywhere else. That's why you need to get the fucking blood taken out. If the swelling went down, why do you think I sat in A&E for 11 hours? I'm not a fucking bitch. If there's just normal swelling, I'm not going to go to A&E, am I? And it really started to piss me off. And I did unfortunately, I showed my emotions a little bit on the phone. And I upset my nan. And then I texted her after 15 minutes. I said, Nan, I'm sorry. I saw my ear. It's a little bit of a shocking realisation. I'm going to have this on the side of my head for the rest of my life. And I didn't say this, but she was saying some really stupid shit. And it just kind of tipped me over the edge a little bit. I didn't go nuts or anything. But, my nan's the kind of person that is, I suppose the only word is arrogant. I love her to bits, but she's very arrogant. And she thinks she's always right. And she's very old-fashioned too. She will just do everything the doctor says. But, I've learned recently that doctors are humans too, and they're working very long hours, and they make lots of mistakes. My ear is an example of that. I wish I had a before and after picture. My ear was a little bit fucked up. But now it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up now. They made it so much worse. But yeah, they make mistakes, and that's why I'm thinking, why the fuck am I going to go back now? Because now I'm going to go back, they're going to cut it open again. It could just swell up again, it's going to be more time off training. And if I lived in a world where I took the bandage off and my ear was fine, then why the fuck would I go back? And my nan would say, you better go back. And I said, well, I am going to go back because my ear's fucked. And then she just wasn't acknowledging what I was saying. And then after, she would take a breath and then say, you better go to the hospital. And I said, yeah, I just said I am going to the hospital. And then 10 seconds later, you better go to the hospital. And I said, Jesus, do we have to get you checked out? Like, it's fucking worrying sometimes. I don't know. Her hearing's fine, she's got selective hearing, or she just wants... And then she always finds a way, no matter what you're talking about, she always finds a way to loop it round and pinch you about my school performance fucking 6 years ago. She always goes, you were never interested in biology, you would have been better at school if you're interested in biology. And I'm like, what are you on about? What are you on about, Fucking hell. And that's why I got a little bit wound up. To be honest, I think most people would have been wound up. She does chat some fucking shit, but I love her to bits. And yeah, to be honest, I was quite upset when I looked at my ear. It was fucking nuts. But it started to grow on me a little bit. I was like, you know what, it's alright. It doesn't look, it's not immediately noticeable. I still can't put an earphone in that ear, which is pretty annoying. That's probably the thing I'm most upset about. The look isn't too bad, but the fact that I can't put an earphone in that ear anymore is pretty gay. That used to be, if I was only going to wear one, I always put it in that one. So, that's pretty shit. Also, getting out of the shower now, had my first shower in a few days, in like almost a week, because of this ear and the bandage. I was having baths before then, obviously, but now the water gets really stuck in there, and it's just such a fucking pain in the arse. So yeah, this ear is just, it's not the end of the world, but it's fucking not ideal. I mean, I'm aware that most people with cauliflower ear, that if you're watching this with cauliflower ear, you might be thinking, grow up, you pussy. But this is cauliflower ear in like the really deep part of my ear. It's not on the outside of the ear. If it was on the outside of the ear, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's literally almost in my ear canal. It's really fucking deep in there. It's a really awkward place, and I can't even stick my pinky finger in my ear to remove anything. So it's a really shit place to get it. But I suppose there's not really much. They're probably going to cut it open again tomorrow and maybe put another fucking head bandage on me. But you know, yes, that was a pretty fucking annoying realization when I took the bandage off. So tomorrow back to the fucking hospital. But when I had the bandage off, I went for a run, and it was actually a very enjoyable run. I didn't feel fantastic, but you know, I always like running. It's weird because runs are always hard to make yourself go on, but you always end up enjoying them. Where did I put the redstone? I had the redstone somewhere. I don't know where I put it now. God, this is such a stupid chest room. Fucking hell. Right, the bottom rows are going to be all random. But yeah, I went on the run. It was actually because I usually do 3.2Ks. I don't really know why I do 3. My coaches just told me to do them once, and I said okay. So I was doing 3.2Ks, and I actually hit my second best 3.2K today with a stomach full of pancakes and antibiotics that give me almost diarrhea. The antibiotics really don't agree with my stomach for some reason, and yeah, it's pretty annoying. But yeah, the second best time, which is great. Came home, showered, which was amazing. It's so nice to shower since Tuesday or Wednesday, and yeah, had some dinner, which was lovely. Came back on my computer, and I think I just stared at the computer. I just browsed, didn't really do anything. Called my gran, my other gran, who's lovely. Said the same thing. Oh, maybe the swelling will go down. No, it won't. Thanks for suggesting that. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of a frustrating day, but on the whole, I guess a good day. I'm lucky because I mean, one realization I had as well, which I have this realization quite often, which is I need to be more grateful. You know, this song came on my Spotify, which was the song played at my friend's funeral, and it just said, "Mate, I'm here. I'm bitching about my ear. You know, my ear's a little bit fucked up now, but I'm alive. My friend isn't alive anymore, and if he knew that I was whinging about my ear, it would be insulting to him, basically. So I better just fucking grow up. And yeah, I fucking miss that guy, man. It's just, yeah. I still haven't really accepted it. I hate it that this is reality, but yeah. So I played a little game of CS:GO, and it was not very enjoyable. It started off really well, actually. And what's going on? Does it need them here now? What? Is that it? Did that really just... Alright, let's try a pickaxe. Yeah, so I played a CS:GO game, started off really well. I was MVP, I was hitting some nice shots, and unfortunately, my team just they were great at the start, and then they just turned retarded. It was really weird. It was so weird. But yeah, that was a little bit annoying. Then I did a little bit of YouTube surfing, complete waste of time. Is that a zombie I heard? What the fuck was that? And then a little bit of YouTube surfing, and then here I am now doing this video. It's getting earlier. I'm getting into a better habit of going to sleep earlier, which is good. It's not even midnight yet, and I usually always do these videos at like 1 in the morning. Fucking hell, man, my double clicking mouse is pissing me off. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna enchant this. I need lapis. Now I'm just gonna enchant this and see how we go. Tomorrow, hospital. Hopefully, good news. Hopefully, they just inject it and take it out, and I can live happily ever after. And I'll do light training. I have a competition on the 10th, and I'd like to do it, but it's looking less and less likely. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but that'll do. Wait, no, Fortune 3 is an enchantment, isn't it? I'll just take Fortune 2. I can't be fucking bothered. But yeah, there you go. First enchantment. It only took 59 Minecraft days. Probably a record slowest for me. But this is the start of redoing everything. I'm going to start an oil rig and get rid of this whole fucking island and redo the entire thing. Yeah, boy. That's it. Thank you.